Polish national na nagpuntang Pilipinas at nagtatag ng isang pundasyon ng pangalan ay Sisters na tumutulong sa pamamagitan ng pagbibigay ng damit at pagkain. At pagkatapos, tinuturuan niya ng kanyang specialty, ang boxing.
What or who inspired you to help the young people?
With the Little Sisters, I originally was asked to give a presentation at a social awareness event about human trafficking. And I was speaking as a victim of abuse and talking about women empowerment. And that's where I met Cecilia, who is the CEO of Voice of the Free. And she told me about these girls, and I was very ignorant about human trafficking in general. What does it mean, and who are these women, or who are these girls that are victims of it? And she had asked me if I wanted to meet the girls or see the place, and I'm a very curious people, so of course I wanted to go check it out. And I went there just to go check the facility that they have, the Center of Hope. And when I went there, they had actually made a presentation for me. And so I sat there, and 50 girls made a circle around me. And one by one, some of them stood up and told me their story. And so when I met these girls, I feel a bit like when I met these girls, it was so it pulled on my heartstrings, and I just thought I have to do something to help these girls, because that's just, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And so I saw these girls, and I heard about their problems, and I didn't really know how I could be part of the solution, but I just knew that I had to be involved with these girls. They're just these amazing little girls that, unlike me, didn't get that lotto ticket. And so that's how I want to play the lotto ticket, where I help these girls to empower them and just build up their confidence. And so that's what I'm trying to do.
So from your answer from the first question, you helping the children, why help them? What was your main goal for the children?
My main goal with these girls in particular, there's two sets of girls, there's 76 in total. There's those at the human trafficking, about 50, then there's 26 orphans. And it's just about giving them confidence with who they are and what they are, and showing them that people outside of their little circle, outside of their situation, care about them. And that if they believe in themselves and they try hard, they can get out of this circle. Like with the orphans, for example, some of them are runaways and they come from poor families, and there's this circle that they're in, that they believe that their family is a part of it. So their mother was raised this way, their father was raised this way, so they believe that this is what continues, this is their lifestyle that they're going to continue, and just want to help them build that confidence to kind of reach out and expand upon what their potential is.
Yeah. So why teach them boxing? Why boxing?
Why teach them boxing? Because there's a certain kind of power that you feel with being able to make yourself stronger, first of all. I don't teach self-defense, and a lot of people think that I'm teaching the boxing for self-defense, but there's definitely an empowerment that comes with learning boxing and knowing that if you were to get into a fight, or if you were to be approached by someone, that you could defend yourself, you could be powerful. And the main goal isn't to teach them, okay, a jab is straight, and be able to so technical and make the next female version of Manny Pacquiao. It's about building them confidence, and the confidence with who they believe in, and sticking up for themselves, and being able to say no to other people if they don't want to participate in whatever activities.
How did you take an interest in boxing?
Originally I was a university student, not really interested in boxing, never actually watched a fight or anything. I could probably only list off Muhammad Ali as the only boxer that I knew in my head. But as a university student, I worked at a bar, and the bar was run by Hells Angels and Foundation, which is the biggest biker gang in North America. And on a Sunday afternoon, one of my coworkers decided to try to hit on me, and I've always made a rule: don't ever date someone I work with or work out with. And so when I pushed him away, he pushed me, and one push turned into a very elaborate attack. I won't go into the details of it, but I really thought on a Sunday afternoon I was going to be raped in front of 25 people, and no one was going to help me because of who this individual was and his affiliation with the gang. So I broke my hand. I went to the hospital for a broken hand. He went to the hospital for groin injuries, and I couldn't really tell anyone where and what had happened because of the legalities and the threats on my own life because of the situation. And so I had a friend that I was new to the area, and a friend that I had met who had actually gone to the events for boxing, and he was ultimately what introduced me to my boxing coach, who would be my first boxing coach, Edgar Marcus. He's a silver medalist, and he said, you know, I don't know what happened to you, but this is never going to happen to you. And I agreed. I said, you know, I went to work on a Sunday afternoon after church, and I almost got raped, and I broke my hand. This is not gonna be my story, you know, so now I'm gonna be able to defend myself. So that was my intro into boxing. It wasn't because I liked the sport, I was into boxing, it was more so for self-defense. Yeah, for sure.
If you were here right now, doing what you do, boxing, where do you see yourself at? If that event in your life never happened,
Where would it be?
yeah, where would you be?
I think considering it happened when I was in university, it was I think my second year university. I at that point was doing English and education. So I was doing a double major. I was in the education program to become a teacher. And I think that situation was such a pivotal moment in my life where suddenly I dropped education and I started doing, I wanted to start a new life. So I think that if that pivotal moment hadn't happened, I probably would have done the anticipated dream that I had when I was a little kid, and that was to become a teacher. So I would probably be living in Canada, probably be married. I don't know about kids, but married and like a high school teacher or probably elementary school teacher. Yeah, that's kind of boring. Yeah. Now I'm a different kind of teacher.
What was the process on how you help the children?
How do I help them now, the little sisters?
Yeah, right now.
Right now I'm teaching them boxing, so I have two groups. There's one of 50 little girls, so I'm seeing them later on today actually, and then one of 26 girls. So I teach them boxing, but also part of boxing we teach them about, we'll do kind of self-awareness activities, like self-love activities beforehand. So it's not just boxing. And do like mentoring with them, and then also at the Center of Hope where I teach 50 of the girls, I started a project called the Snail Mail program. So Snail Mail program is where some of the girls from the Center of Hope write letters to some girls at MJKO in Canada. It's mentoring junior kids boxing. My friend runs that. It's a non-profit boxing club. So basically, some of the girls from here write to them. It's like a dear diary. With like snail mail letters, you know, everyone does email and text message, but they actually write written letters. My next step is trying to do kind of like a women's mentoring program where I have the little sisters paired up with big sisters, so women above 20. I'm trying to do like a girls' night in the event where some of the girls stay here with my big sisters, and I'm also working on trying to make this kind of like I wouldn't say a halfway house, but in-between stage for some of the little sisters. Because, for example, at the Center of Hope, after a certain age, they need to get a job, they need to go to school, they need to be reintegrated into society. So they go from being at this recovery home to having a job. But in between here, how can you make steps for them? So I'm trying to make this like a step for them. So maybe one of them comes and lives here for 6 months as an intern. She works with me, is my clubhouse assistant. And then the next step is getting a regular paid job. Any bit of last thoughts for the students? I think just in life, just find what you're passionate about. Find a way to make your passion your purpose, and you always succeed. And you always be happy with what you're doing. I found my passion in boxing, and I found my purpose here in the Philippines. So I hope for you the same.
Totoo nga't hindi tayo lahat ay pinagpala ng kakaibang talento tulad ng boxing. Ngunit sana'y lahat tayo ay may kusa na tumulong sa kapwa sa sarili nating mga paraan, gaano man kaliit o kalaki. Basta't ang ating serbisyo ay walang hangganan o no holds barred, tulad ng pagtulong ni Amy sa kanyang Little Sisters.